I'm back, bitches. What's up?
All right. Yeah.
And it's not Brittany, bitch.
It's not Brittany, no. It's just
It is
little old
not
Ashley. Yeah, sorry. I've been absent for the last 3 months,
It's been a long
maybe,
Seems like
or
it.
more. I'm not sure,
Wow.
but I've been busy, as has everyone else. I have a crazy schedule that doesn't coincide well with other people's, I feel like, right now. But
Yeah.
I'm glad to be back and in the podcast lounge. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for another happy hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Melanie.
I'm Monica.
And we also have a special guest with us. It's Renee.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Renee.
Welcome.
So happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh,
Thank
well,
you
we've
for
been
joining
inviting you. I'm so glad you could make
Yeah,
it. You're
Finally
always
made us
welcome.
a
time to do
priority.
it.
Yeah. So Renee is a very good friend of ours. She's one of the people we camp with. If you've listened to the episode where we talk about camping, she used to have a gorgeous cottage on a nice lake where we'd have our girlfriend weekends.
Don't anymore.
Yeah, but now we're mobile.
Yeah, that's
Now we're
true.
mobile.
Yeah.
That's true. We
We're
can go
mobile
different
now.
places.
She's got an awesome fifth wheel that is it's luxurious. It's
I
like
like
better
it.
than the cottage because we're mobile and we can go wherever we want.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you haven't seen it, have you,
No,
Ashley?
mm-mm.
Oh, we'll have to.
I
have
knew you
come
didn't
on
have
one
the
of
cabin,
trips.
but I didn't know. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
So she goes camping with us, and she's very successful businesswoman.
Well, why, yes, I am.
Well, yes. It's okay. They don't know.
That's true. That's true. I can pull one over on them.
And also, if you heard the episode where Monica and I were talking about going to our the 20s murder mystery night, Renee was there, and I think
So
she should have
much
won
fun.
Best Costume
know.
Award.
Yeah, me too.
You were the only gangster dressed like a gangster. Well,
Yeah.
female gangster.
I know. I saw those pictures, and I was thinking, like, when I think 20s, I was like, I would think dressing like how Melanie dressed, how you
Yeah.
guys dressed. But then I saw your costume. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I would dress like that.
Yeah.
And the
That's
only
great.
reason I did it was because I didn't want to have to show my arms. So I said, hey, I'll be a gangster instead.
Gangster.
Everything will be covered.
Right. Well, that's why I chose the dress I did. It has sleeves.
That's true. That's true.
We as ladies, that's what we always think about. Like, oh, what are we going to cover?
I don't know, I was going to say,
What
you
flaws?
ladies. You look
I
great.
know.
You all look great.
Thank
It's ridiculous.
you.
Even people that lose weight and then they look in the mirror going, does this make me look fat? It's like, shut up.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
in our nature, I think.
I think so. Yes. So it's good to have you back. Haven't
Thank
seen you
you.
in forever.
Yeah. So many
I just
things.
kind of caught you guys talking about a movie and was having a major freak out holding this in. But what is this about you doing a vampire movie?
Yeah, so I connected with a director on Facebook. He had a film in one of the festivals that my film Tracker was in last fall. So I kind of connected with him, and he said he thought I did really great in that. He loved my performance, and he wanted to work with me in the future. And then this project he's written, it's called Love Immortal, and it is a vampire-esque movie that takes place in 3 different time periods, and it's all about female vampires. It's about 3 different time periods and how their lives are different for each.
Ooh, can you tell us about your character at all, or
I have a very small part. I'm very, very minuscule, but she is a college student, and she is. There's not a whole lot to her. She's a college student off for the first time out on her own, and she meets a female vampire as she's walking, and she is instantly attracted to her.
I was going to say, is it a
then
lesbian love affair?
the vampire, everybody falls in love with her. That's kind of, she has like that
Okay.
siren-esque
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe my character is a lesbian. It's not confirmed 100%, but I believe so. I have a rainbow backpack. Not that I don't know. But yeah, so
That settles it.
that settles that. Yeah, so she then I don't know if I should say what happens next.
Can
so.
you say what era you're in? If
I
it's-
am in today's day and
Okay.
age. So I'm in
Present
the
day.
present day. I am in the part 2. Part 1 is Victorian era, I
Okay.
believe,
Ooh.
and then part 3 is post economic collapse of the world type of thing. So
Is this
Like
a full-length
2010?
feature?
yes, this is also. So I'm in the very beginning of the part 2. I open up part 2, very small part, but this is a really cool production, and it's people I've never worked with before, and it's with a lot of people in the Detroit area who are very well known. They're all like the celebrities of Detroit, kind of. They've worked in a lot of things, a lot of movies, a lot of television series. So these
That's
are
great for your
bigger.
career.
So I went to a table read last Thursday, and it was we just read through the entire script and talked through it, and everybody was really awesome, really great. So I'm like already like learning from just kind of watching some of these people, like how they act and what they do, and I'm really new to this, so it was fun.
You're moving up quickly.
I'm trying. Yeah. I think making connections is like the way to go. I don't know.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so
Great.
exciting.
I know.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
excited for it. I'm filming it one day, June 4th, day after my birthday.
Oh, cool. So you had posted about it. So immediately I click on it, and it's on IMDb. And there's our Ashley as
I'm in
part
the
of the
cast
cast.
list.
As well.
I forget,
Fun.
what was your name? What's your name in there?
Emma.
Emma, that's
Emma.
right. Oh my gosh. It's so exciting.
I am very excited. I'm very excited.
When does it? Oh, so this is just starting filming.
They haven't started yet. I believe
Okay.
it starts in a couple days.
So this won't be out for quite a while.
Not for. I want to say he intends to get it out next spring for like for the festival circuit.
Oh, sure.
So like you get
Okay.
the film in like early in the spring, and then it'll make it in all the fall festivals, kind of thing.
Okay.
So I don't know if it'll be out till
It's
see
not a
it,
quick
but-
process.
No,
is
filming's
it?
no. It takes a while. I mean, filming itself, depending on like how we're filming Debt, the one that we've always been we've been talking about a lot. I mean, that's been a process because we just get together when we're able to, kind of thing. But I mean, even after that, post production with everything that goes into that it takes a while. So, but it's all worth it when it's done.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're
So.
pursuing your passion. I
Yes.
talked to you about this years ago.
I know. I know.
And this is what you talked about wanting to do
Yeah.
stuff like this, and
Yeah.
And you're
That's-
doing it.
I'm
doing
doing
it.
it. I'm very
That's
happy.
amazing.
I'm happy that I'm doing it. Like I still get like nervous about it every once in a while because it's like I never thought I really would do it, but
You're doing
every
it.
time I'm there, I'm so excited to be there, depending wherever I am at that time, and I love it. So
what do you have? Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Sure.
Do you have some advice for someone who's like, and it doesn't even have to be going into film. Like someone's like, I want to turn my life around. I want to make a change. I don't know.
I guess go for it and don't worry about the what ifs and the because I mean specifically with acting, I always thought acting sounded really fun, but I was like too afraid to do it, and I'm like, oh, I'm probably not good and this and that, and then when I got the offer for the first thing I ever acted in, even then I like hemmed and hawed over it. I'm like, I don't know, like I'm probably not good, and I don't even think I should even try it. And then I just kind of sat back and was like, why not? If it's good, great. If it's not, then like you tried it.
Yeah.
And so
And you'll know.
And I'll know then. And so I think if you have a passion for something, what's it gonna hurt to just do it? Just do it.
Yep.
So there's a saying, it's called "Don't listen to your drunk monkey," and it's like the drunk monkey on your back who's constantly in your head and in your ear telling you, "Oh, you can't do it. You're not good enough.
Yeah.
No one's going to want to listen to you or watch you. I'm not pretty enough. My hair's the wrong color. Whatever. My arms are too fat."
Yep. Exactly.
My goal is to make people happier when they leave me than when that I met them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After a
definitely.
conversation or whatever, an interaction with someone, even if it's someone at the grocery store or whatever. If someone's grumpy to me, I'm like extra friendly to them. Sometimes, yes, it's a little sarcastic, but
yeah.
mostly it's like, well, they're having a bad day for the most part.
I always say kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was just going to say.
I'm the same way all the time. Even when I want to be mean, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm going to be so nice to you.
You never know what journey they're on or what's
Right.
bothering them or what could be something horrible, You never know.
Yeah.
So
My mom's sister and I I think it was in Chicago, and we stopped at a restaurant to have a little bite to eat. And my mom just wanted soup. I had no idea what she had in her head, but she asked the waiter what kind of soup they had. And he said navy bean soup. She goes, that's horrible. What? No, that's disgusting.
It is kind of.
And the waiter was like, kind of taken aback. He walked away from the table, and my sister said, "Mom, maybe it was his day to make the soup."
That's true, though. You didn't crush his soul. Thank you, Mom.
It was his favorite soup to make. And he was so sad.
He thinks it's so good. And he came back to the table, and my mom just started being really nice to him. I was like, we got a good kick out of that
It
one.
was his day to make the soup.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah.
Maybe it was his
That
day
is
to
something
make
my mother would do. Is like, crawl under the table.
Definitely have their own way of things.
They do.
Yep.
Oh, you guys, we didn't even talk about our cocktail.
Oh,
What's wrong with us?
When we first started, I'd shake it up and I'd surprise you with them and I'd pour them out. Well, that takes a lot of time and it's kind of clunky.
And you're a busy woman.
Yeah.
And I'm a busy woman. It's like, here's your cocktail. It's waiting for you when you get here. Drink it fast because it might not be cold. So today I wanted to have something kind of refreshing. I bought some mint. So we are having cucumber mint martinis.
It's delicious.
They are delicious. Yeah. I don't even like cucumber, and they're just smelling it smells almost like spring. You know?
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
definitely.
Well, I'm hoping this is our last dreary day.
I am so sick of this dreariness.
So
It is
over it.
making me. I hate to complain because it's not 10 degrees anymore, but I am sick of this dreariness. I want some sunshine.
I know.
Yeah.
I was watching the news before I came over, and they were saying by the end of the week, air conditioning will be on. It's like
Good.
warm weather. Yes, just make sure the sun's with it.
Yes.
About
Melanie
time.
doesn't like it too hot.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
it too hot either.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I do.
I say I do. I'm with Monica.
90, bring it.
Yeah.
I'll send
I
you
love
guys
it.
to Arizona.
Yes.
Well, if we must.
If you're paying.
Yeah, if I'm on the water or something, sure, you can make it kind of hot, but just for every day, walking around, doing my life, I don't want to walk
Walking
out in
around
90-degree
sweating.
weather. Oh, I don't want to sweat, and I don't like that.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't understand that. Yeah.
I was going to mention that I was hanging out with Karen the other night. We
Name
went,
dropper.
Yes, Karen.
Karen.
You've all met
Karen
her.
of the dance studio.
Karen of the dance.
You mean the Karen?
The Karen.
Karen.
Well, speaking of how Monica said it's not a short process from even conception of an idea,
For sure.
and then you
If that conception even comes to fruition, because sometimes there's projects that aren't even. You've started writing them and then they just don't ever come to anything.
Yeah.
You don't even.
Yeah.
It's just
That
everything's
has
a
to be
process.
disappointing.
or like years later, like these
Yeah.
big famous directors, even like
Yeah.
and producers, like 10, 15, 20, I don't know,
Yeah.
20 years later. I'm
Yeah.
just throwing
It can
shit out.
happen.
I don't know.
No, but I mean, they just pick up a script
Yeah.
that's been laying around
Yeah.
getting dusty. It's like, hey, let's give this one a shot.
Yeah.
Right.
What's
well,
the title? Oh, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah, that might work.
Yeah.
Well, we were heading to Wharton Center to watch the Ovation Awards, which recognize high school students in the musicals that they've been in this year. So Karen was an educator. Boy, that's a fancy word. Anyway, she judged. She went around to different musicals in different high schools, and certain roles are up for,
Awards.
yeah, like it could be I don't know.
Nominated?
Nominated.
Okay.
Certain roles are up for nomination.
I'm like,
Thank you.
pulling it out of you.
and they nominate kids. So this awards show was more of it was also a show along with awards show. So the kids would sing a snippet of their song. And anyway, my daughter's boyfriend was in it and Karen was going. So we went together. Long story short, we were talking about Hamilton. She said that he started writing that like in 2009 or something.
Wow.
And it took years for it even to, get to Broadway.
Get to where it is now. Well,
And that's coming in this next spring to
know.
Wharton.
I wanted to
know,
go
I can't
so
wait
bad.
to see it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I watched a bootlegged version. And it was really good.
I want to see it. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Me either.
So the drinks were delicious. Thank you for coming up every week. You outdo yourself, And
Thank
this,
you.
This
Well,
really good.
not every week. Some weeks I'm like, let's crack
You know
open
what? Your
some
idea of
wine.
let me just mix. It's like this is fantastic. So
Okay, I'll stop putting myself down. I make the best cocktail.
Yes, there you go.
Seriously.
You do, girl.
There you go.
I am the cock master.
You know, I've heard that. I have heard that.
Is that on your business card?
If not, it should be.
Oh, gosh, before I forget, we've got to do a quick shout out because my daughter works at a relatively foofy salon where a lot of the women around town go to get their hair done and stuff.
Definitely. Fancy.
And a couple of the upper echelon managers there are obsessed with our podcast.
Really?
So, yeah. So my daughter actually said, I'm supposed to find out when you guys are recording again. So I'll have to text her when I get home. We've got a couple more in the bag now, so we're good to go. But yeah, they are obsessed with it.
Hey, shout out to Douglas J.
Yes. Yep. Where we have
awesome.
fans. Not only my daughter working there, but damn it, we have fans.
Well, and we were joking that it's a fancy salon and everything, but that's because they do such an amazing job.
Oh my
they have
God,
so
it's
much
wonderful.
talented people over there.
And they follow the Aveda path, which is everything natural and beautiful.
I like
and
that.
She loves it there. So
Well, she's incredible.
yeah.
Well, she did our cover art.
Yes.
That's
oh, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
Duh, bad mom. Maybe someday we'll make
Bad
enough
mom.
money we can actually put those on T-shirts. Better yet, they should be on cocktail napkins.
Cocktail napkins,
Oh, that would be a good
T-shirts,
idea.
jackets. We should have jackets.
With our,
I'm sorry.
with
Was
your
that a
initials
Mean
on the
Girls
front.
movie comment? Because I got that. We should get jackets.
We were just watching Mean Girls
I
last night.
love that movie.
It's funny. Oh my
It's one of those I can watch over and over again.
That's a Broadway musical now.
That's right.
It's nominated for some,
That's
some Tonys. I think it got nominated.
Sweet
Oh,
as
yeah.
that.
Tina Fey was just on Jimmy Fallon, so she was
Oh, cool.
promoting it.
Uh-huh.
That's
I'd see
right.
it.
I did see
Sounds
that
fun.
too.
That would
Yeah.
be fun. Yeah.
When I went out with Karen the other night, I told her, I said, you've inspired me. I'm going to start going to so many more shows. And especially my daughter's in the theater
Yeah.
at high school, and even the high school productions around here, just to see them.
Yeah. They're all really top notch. You know?
Yeah. And so they've got that. And of course, we have the Wharton Center. And
Shout out to some of the smaller theaters. Like here in mid-Michigan, we have Peppermint Creek that does incredible shows. Owasso has the Lebowski Center where people that are actors come from Detroit. They'll come from all over Michigan to be in plays at the Lebowski Center. So, I mean, this must be a thriving thing in Michigan. That
I think it's, locally it's blown up a little bit too. Yeah.
And my husband just told me he apparently done an interview. I'm not really sure, but we all know Jeff Daniels lives in Michigan.
Yep.
Timothy Busfield came back. He now lives in Michigan.
Yeah.
does
Two
he
of-
live with his wife?
Oh, that's right. Fangirl. She really has it for Laura Ingalls Wilder, a.k.a. Melissa
Gilbert.
Yeah. She's just amazing. But the two of those guys are writing a movie that they're going to perform in film in Michigan.
Yeah, that's
Great.
exciting.
So
I'll try to
Is
get in
Boar's
it.
Head still open? The Boar's Head Theater? Okay.
that's been gone quite a while. So yeah, FYI, if you do, we're always now up for being extras.
Extras.
We've got it nailed down. We are so good at that.
You are really good at
Yeah.
it. I know. I
This
thought
is
about
how
asking
good-
you this past weekend, but we've seen you twice already.
And,
And it was very,
that's
it was a
true.
very
I
brief,
have a
like
wig.
it was a very brief. You know, it's funny because one of the women that has been in, she's been in it twice, no, 3 times now because she has all these different wigs.
There you
colors.
go.
Secret.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else. We're winding down to the end here for this
Yeah.
movie, which is kind of sad for me. I feel
It's
like it's
sad, but
Yeah.
it's exciting.
But it's exciting,
I
too.
cannot wait. I've watched
Me
Tracker like
Oh
I
my
can't even
gosh.
count. Smoke Break. I watched that so many. I just love
Me
it.
too.
It makes me
Yeah.
cry.
It's almost
every
like I can
time.
do all the verbiage because I've seen it so many times.
You've seen it so many
Well, and
times.
it's so interesting to
Yeah.
see you. You know, we know you, but to see you act like it's just
Yeah.
Well, as long as you believe me, because I always worry that, like,
Yeah.
looking at me, you know me, that you could see that I'm acting or
You've
something. So.
got a darkness about you when you do those
Wow.
roles. Which
Yeah.
is
You just wait for this one.
I-
This one is so dark. Woo.
I have saw a couple things that you posted on Facebook. I'm like, I
Yes.
cannot wait to see this one.
you know what?
one's
One
fun.
of these days, the three of us are going to be going, "Oh, we know her.
Yeah.
We know her.
Well, no, we don't have to say that because we'll be her entourage.
Yes.
That's
right. You will be with me.
We can all wear sparkly things.
I know I've gotten pretty good at fight scenes. Now I feel like
Yeah.
I'm a trained
Ninja warrior?
something.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Well, you did take karate, didn't you?
Did. Yeah, I did. But I feel like this is like a whole different avenue of, because it's almost like a dance. Like it's choreographed, so you
course,
have to.
It's almost
And-
like watching an angry ballet.
Yes. Well, and I mean,
So much
you know,
like that.
we're not trying to actually hit or punch or kick each other,
Yeah.
but like at the same time, you want to make it look convincing.
Right.
So if you don't get it right, you might get kicked or punched. So it's very fun. A lot of adrenaline.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep after we wrapped on Sunday, so
Oh,
I was hyped.
Sweet.
But
Yeah.
That's very
it's a great
cool.
time. Yeah. Anyways, enough about me.
So we had talked before that we wanted to have Renee come tell us this story of Erik Cross and what happened to him many years ago, right here in Michigan,
How
in
many years ago
Vicksburg.
was it?
It will be 35 years in 35 days.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it's like
35 years. That's
Yep.
crazy.
So he would be
1983.
turning 60 because he was
Oh,
15,
no,
right?
he-
45. Oh, 50.
He
Okay,
just
my
Wait,
math.
do that math, girl. It's almost like I stepped in for a minute there.
He was born in 67.
Okay, so he'd be 50 or turning 50, 51.
He'd be 51 because I was in 66. Ooh. And I'm 52.
Renee knows her math.
Oh my gosh, that hurts.
Wow.
Well, you
Impressive.
look incredible
Yes.
for your age.
Well,
For
thank
your
you.
age.
I love that one. I'll
For a
take
dinosaur,
it.
you look
Man,
great.
I will take it. I'll take it.
So Renee and I, but we grew up near each other. We didn't
Yep.
know each other at all until,
Which is so weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know for a while after we met here, and we were just chatting and finally figured it out one day that she's from Vicksburg and I'm from Portage, which are basically right next door to each other.
And I used to live in Portage. I moved to Vicksburg when I was in 8th grade. So I had lived in Portage all the way up until then.
Until 8th grade.
Okay.
Small world.
Yeah, very small.
Beautiful area of the state.
Yeah.
So Erik Cross, he had recently moved to Vicksburg when all this went down.
Yep.
Do you want to share
Yeah,
kind of the
give us-
background?
Yeah,
Because Monica's not sure.
No, I mean, I know he died. And I remember looking at his picture thinking, what a beautiful little boy he was. He was 17, so young man.
He was 15, right?
Oh, 15.
16.
Okay. 16.
But still, I mean, it doesn't,
Yeah.
15,
Yeah.
16, 17.
Yeah.
It was just a horrible thing. They had moved from Grand Blanc a year before. And he settled in well there, made good friends and everything. Well, the night that all of this happened, it was on the 26th of June, 1983. And at that time of the year, I think it's all over, but you have senior parties, seniors that are
Yeah.
graduating.
This is the 80s with keg parties.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, keggers
Yeah.
everywhere.
And
Yeah.
this particular party was held at a home right down the road from where he lived, like 2 miles down the road.
Right.
And you paid $2 to get into the door, and you could drink all the beer that you wanted to.
Right.
15, 16, 17-year-old kids. Happens all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Happened all the
Typical
time.
party.
Small
Yep.
town.
When we were in high
Small
school.
town America in the 80s.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
But anyway, he was there with some of his friends. They'd one friend in particular, they'd been hanging out all day long, and they decided to go to this party. And he was flirting with a girl that was there with her boyfriend,
Was Erik flirting?
Eric.
Okay.
Well, she actually was flirting with him, started it,
Well, they're young teenagers, of course.
Of course.
And he's
Yeah.
a cutie.
Of course, but the boyfriend really didn't like it.
Sure.
So they ended up getting in a fight, and nothing is really known from when Erik left the party. They got into a fight. They were kicked out by the parents, and he started walking home. By that time, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he was very intoxicated.
Okay.
And he's trying to walk home, stumbling around. Nobody really knows from that time until 5:45 in the morning when he was found, for lack of a better way of saying it, mangled in his parents' front yard. They suspect, well, they have lots of evidence, but they suspect that he was somehow hit but not killed, and then later on in the evening tied up and drug by a car or on a hood or whatever, somewhere in between. He was put into a trunk And
I hadn't heard that part of it.
Yeah, there's lots of different evidence, from not really evidence because the car cannot be found, but testimony from people that were there.
Right.
And the suspects, there's 5 people that they have openly named, and those people throughout the years have, slipped up and told people stories and
Right. Given a little bit here and there.
So
yep.
basically, the authorities then are aware of these people.
Oh, yeah.
And aware of any guilt they may have.
Yes.
Yet they're still walking free.
Yes. And they have been named. But
Is this a family?
there's 2, there were 3 people that were family, all in the same family.
Right.
2 of the people that are still alive, father and son, and then the son, his girlfriend, I'm just going to say their names.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brent Spalding is the main person of interest. His father, Brian Spalding Sr., is suspected of getting rid of evidence. Amber Thomas, Masick, I believe is her married name now. That was Brent's girlfriend. And then there were 2 friends. Bill Cook, who was actually really Erik's friend.
Right.
But somehow got involved in the whole mess because he was kind of seeing Britt Spalding, who is Brent's sister and Brian's daughter. She is now since passed away of cancer. I think it was 2010 maybe. I can't quite remember exactly when she passed away. But then Tim Martin. So all of these people had a hand in it. Whether they, actually hurt him, helped hurt him, or just was there, they all have something to do with it.
Yeah.
Okay. I am in no way, shape, or form a lawyer, but I do watch a lot of shows about lawyers. And just hearing that makes me think, all right, who knows who? Somebody's sitting on evidence. That's why this is not moving along.
Yeah.
With this many people involved, someone had to spill the beans.
Yes.
And then obviously someone's covering it up.
Yeah, there's definite conversation throughout the years of, Senior having connections with police or detectives or whoever has been involved in the, investigation. There's 2 detectives from the undersheriff, Paul Matchis. He's been with it from day one. He's just retired, and he took all of the files, all of the case files, and turned them over to the prosecutor's office. So obviously there's enough stuff to convict these people.
But it just doesn't seem to move forward.
Yeah, it's the prosecutor's office that it's stalled at.
I wonder if they feel like they don't have enough and they're afraid to take it to trial without like a smoking gun per se, just because they know they did it, but if they take it and then nothing happens, it's once again another disappointment for the family and everything.
Right. And that's what was definitely was talked about. I would say in 2016 there were some major discussion about it.
I remember the articles like where all of a sudden I was starting to see things.
Yeah, and I've been sharing stuff on the Facebook pages and stuff too.
How can the people that are involved in this sit on this for so long? I mean, oh my gosh, boggles my mind.
Me too. There's all sorts of speculation about being intimidated, being afraid that they're going to get hurt if they come forward. But in the last, I would say within a year, evidence or testimony, I should say, has come forward that has made Matchis, sorry, I knew I was going to mess up his name, feel confident that it could be brought to trial. And Erik's sister, Jackie, feels the same way. She's like, go for it, do it.
You said there was a 4-part series on...
on Crime Watch.
Crime Watch, yes.
Yeah.
And so there's a 4-part series on that. Nina instead has a podcast called Already Gone.
Yes.
And she's done a couple episodes on that.
Yeah.
And and I don't know if it was his sister that she was interviewing or somebody else. I think it was another gal they went to high school with, who said, because this was like senior year, some of the kids were graduating, and they moved away, and many people from that school assumed that these guys had been arrested.
Exactly.
And they just didn't know. And this, again, keep in mind, this was the 80s. There was
Right.
no Facebook. There was no internet.
Right.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing to really keep up on these news stories. So when they would come back, like the 10-year high school reunion or whatever, and they're like, wait, what? They didn't arrest these people? Because it was a given. Everybody knew who did it.
Everybody knew.
Yeah.
It was just everybody talked about it. And you're right. I mean, it was just assumed it was done. And I think really the catalyst was when Jackie opened, Erik's sister, had opened a Facebook page.
Yes.
Under Justice for Erik Cross. And that really just got the wheels going. And there's all sorts of things, go check it out. You can find out all information.
Yeah.
I know.
And the reason we really wanted to talk about this is also to be curious and know more about it. However, we have a lot of listeners in Michigan, and we have a lot of listeners in the whole country. And the more we get the word out, the more maybe somebody knows something and will come forward.
That you could be
additional
that
evidence.
one missing piece
Absolutely.
that the
Yeah.
Link it all
prosecution
together.
needs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And another gal that is just implemental in the whole process, her name is Melissa Hatfield. And I believe she is a relative of Erik and Jackie's. When Jackie can't handle it anymore, I think we'd spoke about how hard it must be for the family. And, you get so close, and then all of a sudden it's ripped away from you. And I mean, the heartbreak, the agony, I just can't imagine it. So when Jackie can't take it anymore, Missy will step up. She has a lot of information, a lot of avenues, and she's really brought forward awareness.
That's awesome.
And Erik and Jackie's parents have since passed, right? Or just one of the mom?
Dad.
Oh, the dad. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Dad passed away, I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to
Sure.
say in 2007, but I'm not positive
Okay,
on
so
that.
it's
You know,
been
and
that.
that, me as a parent, when you wake up, you open your eyes first thing every morning, it's got to be just boom. My son is dead. And year after year after year, this goes on and nothing gets done.
Yeah, and to be the one to have found him.
Yeah. Yes, because
Wait,
the dad
what?
came out.
Dad found him.
Oh, no.
He had heard a car, and I guess maybe I should let you tell the story. This is what I know. He had heard a car, somebody yelling or whatever, but he went out to go get the paper and saw Erik laying there. Like they driven by and like threw his body in his driveway.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
and they
God.
think that they had driven by earlier in the evening too, because they heard, and they know that it was a yellow car and a dark colored car. So they know that there were two cars, but they had one of them, if maybe both of them, they're not sure, but one of them had a very loud muffler. And so I think that Erik's dad even heard them come by earlier in the evening. Like, I mean, when I say earlier, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And then they pulled into the driveway about 5:45 in the morning and left and took off. And then the neighbor across the way heard a woman's voice say, "Oh my God, they've seen us."
Right. Yes.
And so then, Erik's dad was just going out about his business, get the morning paper, and horror.
That is
definite horror.
Oh my.
So I think at one point the police were saying, well, maybe he was what do you call it? Hood surfing.
Yep.
And the sister was like, these guys hated him. They were arch nemesis in
Brent
school.
and Erik, yeah.
Why would he be like, yeah, let's go hood surfing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would you trust him?
Well, and not to disparage any of the investigators at the time or anything, but a yellow car is very specific, I would think.
With a loud muffler.
With a loud muffler, if that's the one or both. You said one or both.
Yeah.
Doesn't that stand out in a town that, I don't know how big the town is, but
It's small.
not.
small.
It's so small.
Wouldn't that? What more do you need?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, the
just
term
to
small town
just to
justice
find,
kinda pops
yeah,
up.
but I mean, just to even at least to narrow it down enough, and obviously, but I feel like you said they know who it is, but wouldn't that be a connection? Well, this is the only person in this town that has a yellow vehicle with a red
Right.
muffler. That's evidence. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well,
I
then
don't know.
the
That's
car
frustrating.
just conveniently disappeared.
Yeah, and I know
Oh.
I'm not positive about the yellow one, but I know that the darker one was considered to be Brent's, and that one disappeared.
Well, isn't that also
How
Yeah.
convenient.
how convenient
Yeah.
that cars disappeared?
And they've never found it. They've scoured all the lakes, ponds, everything in the area. There's also been stories about it being because the Spaldings had a construction company.
Oh, of course.
And I think he still does, but rumors about it being underneath like a barn or a poured slab,
like dug it a hole and
Yep.
put it in there.
and
Good
buried it.
Lord.
Yeah, it's crazy how deep it goes, and it just, I feel, yeah, I wouldn't want to go for it either if there wasn't enough evidence. But I feel after all these years and how much people have pushed, and how Detective Matches turned over everything,
Right.
he wouldn't do it unless he felt there wasn't enough evidence to do it.
So what can we do? I mean, what can be done to help get this going?
Yep. Just the number one thing that they're trying to do right now is there's State Senator Margaret O'Brien that actually went to Vicksburg. Her and her brothers went to Vicksburg too. She wrote a letter to the Attorney General, Bill Schuette, and they're trying to get him, because he has a whole staff of cold case, detectives. Right. They're trying to get him to step forward and take it over and get it done, basically. So what they've been asking is to send emails, write letters to Bill Schuette, just asking and pushing and bugging him to come and help, because he has the means to do it.
He does, and he's running for governor.
Yep.
If you want to make yourself popular with the people, solve an old crime.
Right.
Yep. I
Cold
sent
case,
a long email, to him, and I will send another one in a couple of weeks. I'm just going to keep doing it periodically, just to keep the fire going, and hopefully someday soon. I mean, really, 35 years and 35 days.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what?
With
Bottom
that
line,
much-
Isn't that crazy?
Schuette is a decent guy. I
And
would be surprised if he doesn't.
Yep.
do
And
something.
That's what everybody's hoping for. And everybody does say that about him, that he's a stand-up guy.
He is,
and,
yeah.
all right. So listeners,
Yep. Go
Right,
for
Bill
it.
Schuette.
Attack. Get your cards.
So
yeah.
go to the Justice for Erik Cross Facebook page, and I'm sure all that information has got to be there.
Yep. You might have to friend request, because it is a private group.
Okay.
But Missy knows that I'm doing this, and so she will probably, accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
That's great. And so they do events where they go stand on the corners
Yes.
in Vicksburg and in that area,
Yes.
and with signs and just keeping awareness, keeping top of mind.
Yep.
In marketing, we all know that keeping top of mind is very important.
Yep.
Same with this.
Yeah, and the saying, what is that? The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
keep it squeaky.
Yeah.
Oh, my
gosh.
God. All
Now-
I can just think of is that poor family.
Yeah, and if for some reason you don't have Facebook or anything like that, just send an email. You can go right to his
Probably right on his
website. Yes,
yeah.
thank you. I couldn't spit that out.
That thing.
Yeah,
that we go
and there's
to.
an email button right on there. You can send that, or you can get his address and send a letter. Short, it just needs to be a couple lines. Nothing major. Just keep it in his mind.
Yeah.
So what should I say? Should I say we want justice for Erik Cross? Please move this forward. And
Yes, it's about time
It's
the
about
family
time.
gets, peace and justice. And
okay.
we, from everything we've read, there's plenty to go forward. And honestly, the family's just ready for it. However it turns out. Of course, we all know the truth. Everybody really knows the truth. And Brent has been in and out of jail, has admitted it to people in jail. He's just... everybody knows that he's the main guy, but it just needs to
Right
be
now, it's
handled.
all hearsay or inadmissible in court.
Right. Because there's no DNA and all that. So that's the issue, too.
so yeah, and also check out those 2 episodes on Already Gone, because I listened, and those are really good episodes with more details and things. So definitely check them out. Just look for the Erik Cross episodes. I think one is like 60 something.
And the one on the Crime Watch,
Watch.
it's actually a 4-part show. And I believe that's called Justice for Erik.
Yeah, I saw it. I
you?
follow
Okay.
Crime Watch as well, and I believe it. That's what
Yeah.
it's called. So.
And I know that 60 Minutes, I believe, even did a story on him a year or so ago.
It's so unbelievable.
And yet, nothing's been done.
But it gives you hope.
Yes, it
because the
does.
Golden State Killer was caught.
Yes.
That's true.
That was incredible. That was just everything that, I mean, it was in the top of the news. Again, top of mind, top of the news. And the next thing you know, oh my God, they caught
him.
the Golden State Killer.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Awareness.
Yep.
Hopefully brings closure.
I'm sure there's places to donate.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
check out the Facebook page.
Yeah, and
or
nothing
ask
is
to join
easier
the
than
group.
just shooting off a quick email to the Attorney General,
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyone can do that.
especially
Yep.
one
And
that's
there's
running
all
for governor.
sorts of avenues that
Just saying.
on the Facebook page that you can donate to if you want to, or volunteer things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, lots of things.
Well, good. Well, let's hope.
Yep.
Yes.
You know, hope isn't a strategy.
Hopefully, someone will do the right thing,
Exactly.
even after all these years.
Yeah. Poor family.
Yep.
Oh,
All right. Well, wow. That's just.
heavy stuff.
I honestly did not know that much about him, and
Yeah.
it's just makes your heart hurt.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
such a young, beautiful young man.
So,
Okay.
what on to lighter subjects?
Yes,
please.
Our listeners are like, wait, what's happening?
And and
But thank you for listening to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You know, and that's the thing. We are Girlfriends Happy Hour, and we have a lot of fun here. But it's happy hour. When you get together with your girlfriends, you don't always laugh and joke. You talk about some pretty deep and serious stuff, and we haven't quite touched on that. Oh, I got some good news. Something that's going on with me this week.
What?
I don't know if I've even told any of you guys yet.
We're all surprised. So
We're waiting.
I'm getting deported.
What?
Deported.
Hold on.
They are removing my port.
Oh, I'm like, but I don't. What do you?
Okay.
I don't understand. So let me explain. So when I was going through cancer treatments, chemo and everything, they put a port in. Most women have. I'm surprised at the number of women on some of my Facebook groups and support groups and things who say that they never got a port. It's a device that's surgically implanted and it goes into your vein. It's usually in your chest area. So they insert it so that when you go in to get your chemo or do even just general blood draws and things, they poke the needle in. It looks like, it actually, if you look at it, it looks like a nipple thing
Look at me. I want to see it now.
before they insert it. It's like a little round thing. And then there's a little smaller round thing where they can stick the needle. So they insert it into your body. So every time you get injected or whatever, they just stick a needle in there. And it just makes things so much easier, especially when you're doing chemo. If they're using your vein and your arm, if they don't hit the vein right, that can cause a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Sticking chemo into anything but your vein.
Oh,
So
yeah.
But you're saying some people don't get a port?
some people
They
don't.
just.
Yeah.
That
I
seems.
wonder why.
I don't know. That's on my new podcast. I'll be starting Scanxiety and other cancer-related something. I can't remember what it's
Good for
called.
you.
Yeah.
I talked about this months ago.
You did,
I haven't
you
done
did. I
anything
remember
about it.
you
Yeah,
talking about it.
I was like,
But you will.
It was
You
like
will.
3 a.m. I sent you guys a message.
Yeah.
I came up with a name for my new podcast.
You are awesome.
Monica and I are like, we're sleeping. No.
Leave us alone. Anyway, so I go in and I get that taken out, and it's really kind of a big milestone for
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, as you're saying this, I'm like, okay, once that sucker comes out, you have officially kicked cancer's
Right.
ass.
Yeah.
That's
know?
what I was thinking too, Monica.
So
Definitely.
it feels good. It's been in
And when
there.
is this going to happen? Soonish?
Yeah, in a couple days.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So probably by the time we air this, I will
Been
be
deported.
I'm so happy for you.
That makes my heart
Thank you.
smile.
Yeah, it makes your heart smile.
Yeah.
I just got a visual of that.
It's Purdy, isn't it?
Oh, that is the best news.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyone else doing anything exciting or fun this coming up here or have done?
I'm going to a Tigers game on Friday.
Yay,
You are?
That's
Oh,
fun.
I love that.
I love going there.
Yes,
So
it's the
fun.
first one, that I've gone to in probably 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
So-
Are you
That's
going
exciting.
with your honey?
With my man,
With
Kai
your
Kai.
honey. Good for
With
you.
my Kai Kai.
Her
Yep, and we're gonna
man.
stay overnight and
Ooh.
Oh, fun.
yeah, make
that's
a
more fun.
make an overnight
Yeah.
slumber party date of it.
slumber party.
Slumber party.
Oh, I called in the station this morning to try to get there was $30 worth of lottery scratch
bundle.
offs.
Ooh.
Yep.
And then what was the thing that went with
The
it?
question-
NCG Cinemas.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
tell me the question. I want to see
The
if I can get
question was, what TV show in the 90s won 5 or 6
5 years in a row in the
5 years
90s.
in a row
Best comedy.
Seinfeld.
I was going to
No.
say no.
Nope.
That was I called in. Did you know I called in? Did
I
you know
did
that was
not.
me?
Was it you?
I'm the one who said Seinfeld, and I
Oh.
said, "Oh, dang it!" But if
No.
it wasn't so early in the morning and
Yeah.
I had more coffee,
It was
I
fun.
would have gotten the right answer.
Well, my coworker asked me right away. He goes, and he didn't even have the whole sentence finished, and I was like, blurted out the name, and he goes,
Yeah.
how do you do this? I'm like, yeah. My brain's random shit sticks in my brain. Things I
Yeah.
should
You do.
remember.
I don't
So-
remember my girls'
lots
names,
of
but
Yeah.
I know the
So-
random
Yeah.
shit.
So who was it?
Guess. No, you will. You got to know. You've got to know.
got
Frasier.
it.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
that was my
Really?
second.
Yep.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
You were just a 90s. You were watching X Files.
Yeah. I mean, I watched Frasier and it was fine.
It was
I'm
funny,
surprised
well-
it wins
well written.
what,
Yeah,
five
that-
years
Oh
in a row.
yeah, yeah. That was.
All right, then that's fine.
That's
I'm okay
fine.
with
I'll
it.
take that.
I'll take it.
All right, Ashley
okay
gives her
now.
seal of approval.
Yeah.
Well, then
it's
we're good
okay
to
then.
It's the
go.
only seal that
Yeah.
matters.
That is for sure.
And I was also thinking, so I was looking back, guys, at our shows, and I thought it was really interesting to look at the shows we have with the most downloads.
Yes. Which ones would that be?
Drum roll, please.
Bing.
They are not the ones that I would have expected. So I like to look at the numbers. I like to say, like, oh, well, what do people like? You know, what's going on? I think that's my real estate stuff coming through when I'm looking at comps and pulling up numbers
Right.
and stats.
Can
and
I
everything.
guess?
Sure. Go ahead and guess. I got the top 3.
Stranger Things.
That was number 2, the Stranger Things episode.
I think it's the titles.
Yeah,
I think
that was Dumpster
that could
Fire.
Dumpster Fire is what?
That was your quote
Oh.
from the Stranger Things episode.
Oh.
We were talking about what's his name's mom?
Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder.
No.
Mike?
Her boyfriend from Stranger
Mike?
Things 2.
Mike.
No,
Whose boyfriend?
Oh, Winona Ryder's boyfriend. What's his name? Oh my god.
Bob.
Yeah, but what's his real name?
Oh, jeez.
You know.
Aston. John.
Aston.
Sean Aston.
Sean Astin.
Sean Astin.
Wow.
That's it. Dear God, with the 4 of us together, we almost make
My
a
brain
mind.
is functioning at 50% right now.
So yeah, that's why, because you called his mom, she was a,
A
dumpster,
dumpster
fire. So
fire.
that's how we named
Yeah.
that. So that was number 2. Any other ideas? What were the 1 and 3?
The Ouija board.
That was not. I thought that one would be
It's too intimidating.
Your Ouija board.
I'm just
one?
going to throw out
We
one
did-
of the titles I
don't
remember.
which one
Okay.
We talked about. We talked
Would
about it
have
a couple
been-
different times.
A real chef would shuck his own peas.
No, not
But I
yet.
love
that
that
was
title.
That was a recent one. Yep, that was a more recent one, but it's funny. So.
I don't know. You tell
So,
us.
welcome to the neighborhood. Do you have any young blood? That was our urban legend episode
yeah.
where you told the story of the Watch Our House. Mm-hmm. And I'd love to do another urban legend
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That would be
There's
fun.
so many urban
Oh.
legends out there.
I
Yeah.
know. And then the third one was, I wonder what the Zestimate is on that. That was the Winchester one. That Ashley couldn't make it. It was
Yeah.
just the two
That
of
was
us
just you
talking
guys.
about going to go see the
Yeah.
Winchester movie before we saw the movie, and we were super excited about it.
Yeah.
And then after,
And then saw the movie, we're like, meh.
I try to tell you.
No.
whatever.
I'm trying
They
to
didn't
tell
listen to you, Ashley.
Sometimes
No,
I
that's
venture
just
out to a
bull.
movie and then I get home and think, why didn't I just watch Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Ashley, you've been to a couple. I've seen you check in on Facebook.
Yes.
What have you seen lately?
Oh, goodness.
Anything really good?
So what have I seen? I mean, so the most recent one I saw was Deadpool 2.
Did you like it? My daughter said she was laughing
I,
out loud.
I laughed more than the first one,
Yeah.
but it also had like a decent amount of heart in it. I thought,
Is
I
it
thought
a
it was really
comedy?
Yeah.
Oh yes, a dark comedy. Like
He is
dark.
Oh,
Reynolds
I don't
is
know. I've never
hysterical.
seen.
You never,
that.
you've never
either.
seen Deadpool?
I-
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's a superhero movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in the Marvel universe,
And he's incredibly sarcastic.
but it's just
Oh, gotcha.
sarcasm times 10 million. So
Yeah.
it's
Is it Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan
that plays him?
Reynolds.
Okay.
And it's super dark and like dirty and just, it's
Frickin'
just
funny,
but it's
though.
really funny, and this
Yeah.
one was even
So
funnier.
people
I
should go
thought.
see it.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I think so. Then I saw Avengers, Infinity War. That was really good as well. Also
I
Marvel.
guess you have to like superheroes.
If you don't like these movies, then that
No, I
means
don't.
nothing
That's
to you.
why I
but-
sat with my husband the other night where we're watching the Black Panther, which I've heard so many wonderful things about. And less than 20 minutes into it, my eyes were going. He's like, "You might as well go to bed because you're not going to watch it." And I'm like, "Okay, good night." And he stayed up and watched the whole thing. So the next morning, we're sitting around, and I'm like, "Did we still have that movie to watch?" He's like, "Yeah, we have it for 48 hours." I'm like, "All right." He goes, "Do you want to watch it again? Because if you do, I'll watch it with you."
Yeah.
He really
I'm
liked
like,
it.
okay. And then he would scold me every now and then. "Put your phone down. This is a pivotal part." I'm like, oh, why did I get myself into?
I think that's me. David is me. I
Yeah.
am David.
Don't know what they're going to do. Oh,
I'm like,
you
watch
just missed
this. Yeah.
it. You just missed it. Now I've got to rewind, which
Yep.
means
Yep.
he's so dramatic. Like, "Oh, I've got to go out and turn the house around." It's like, just click a button. You're there.
Yep.
Oh,
He should get a basket that when you watch movies, everybody has to put their cell phone into it. That would
God.
make him so happy.
I fall as you know me. I fall asleep. Even it could be a great movie.
Yeah.
It's just I get there in the theater and it's soothing, or
Yeah.
even at home, and it's just soothing. And I'm sitting there. When we were at the Ovation Awards, I said to Karen later, I go, "Did you see me doze off a couple times? My head like nodded and jerked awake."
Did you ask her if she heard you snore? Because I have witnessed that.
been there.
Uh-huh.
Been
Well,
there.
we just saw that movie, Melissa McCarthy movie.
Yes.
You guys, that was really funny.
That
Oh
was
yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh
What's the
my
name of
God.
it?
I adore
If you like comedies,
her.
it was fun.
What was the name of that?
Life of the Party.
That's
Yes.
the whole thing. Oh,
That was
I'm like,
awesome.
I don't remember.
That was when we went to girls'
Yeah,
night at
girls'
the
night.
or ladies',
Ladies'
night.
night.
Oh,
Ladies'
yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Don't
Sorry.
say girls' night, Monica.
Sorry.
Will reprimand you.
Ladies'
I
night.
just got really
Ladies' night.
scared when you said that.
Don't.
Yes, my
even.
mother was there. My mother.
And I got my
right, I
picture
met
taken with
her.
her.
my mother and her friend,
Her friend.
Dale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we totally got blown off.
Oh, I
You
know.
were talking.
Oh,
to
I
her,
know.
and then she saw Monica, or her friend saw Monica, and okay, see ya.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta go talk to Monica.
My
I was
mom,
like,
I know. My mom was like, I felt really bad, and I was like, that's just how Dale is. It's fine. Like they're not gonna.
fine.
We're
they're
so
gonna be
used to it.
fine.
Everywhere we go. Oh, there's Monica. Oh, hi guys.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Monica. Oh, hi.
one of these days, it's gonna be like, oh look, it's Melanie and Renee.
Yeah.
and they're
Who's
gonna
that
blow
troll
you
with
up.
them? Oh, that's Monica.
No.
She's so 5 minutes ago.
We are so over her.
Oh my god.
Well, gosh, it was nice having you back, Ashley.
Thank you. It's nice to
Yeah.
be back.
And Renee, thank you for being a guest.
Yes,
on our
thank you for
show.
having me. It was a blast. And to think I was nervous.
I
I
know.
know it.
We're just hanging out. We're just talking.
That's
The
right.
podcast
Girlfriends
lounge is
hanging
like
out.
happy. It's everyone's happy place, you
It's
know?
awesome.
Just being comfortable with your girlfriend. I mean,
Yeah.
girlfriends are so important. I tell
Yeah.
this to my daughter all the time.
so
and
much.
she
They
knows,
are
but
vital.
I couldn't survive without my girlfriend.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Vital to your health, to your sanity, to everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
1000% true.
Yeah.
1,000%.
1000%.
There's
That's
that
right.
math.
There it is.
All right. Well, you guys, thanks for tuning in. Please head to the Erik Cross Facebook page and
Yes, Mhm. yes.
and write a letter, write an email to Erik Schutte. That'd be awesome. We'd love it if you'd
Bill Schutte.
rate, review. What did I say?
Eric.
I said, oh, well, okay. Well, that's reasonable. We
Yeah.
were talking about Erik Cross and Bill Schutte.
Yeah.
And then after that, we'd love it if you'd go to your Apple Podcasts and rate, review, subscribe to our podcast. Let us know, if you're enjoying it, any topics that you'd like us to
Yes.
chat about.
We'll talk. If you got
Ideas.
something, if it's something we know about, we'll talk. Even if we don't
If we
know,
don't know about it,
we'll
we'll
talk
talk.
like we know about it.
I'll give my opinion on something I know nothing
I
about.
will too. I love
And
that
it
about
sounds
us.
like you know everything about it.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us.
We'll always save a seat for you at the bar. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, no one's cheering my glass.
I
It
know.
was all set.
Okay, I'll cheer with you.
Okay, let's start over.
There we go.
No, hold on. Okay, and
Cheers.
It still sucked.